Gently unfurling plans from long ago, we see how our forefathers envisioned a vibrant future. Why, in those days of horse and buggies, they foresaw the need and laid out wide, tree-lined streets. Since we incorporated in 1912, we've gone from a few hundred residents to 40,000 strong. So today, we're taking a page from the past. We've created an innovative program to build streets, water lines, sewer lines, and parks before our new neighbors arrive. No sprawl, no gridlock. Now, let's see what others are saying about the Community Facilities Districts program. Research economist John Husing has studied growth in the Inland Empire for almost 50 years, and he's taken a long look at Beaumont's pioneering CFD program.
For sure, Beaumont gets it. I've looked at a lot of programs, and I have to say that the CFD program in Beaumont is a model. For a long time, Beaumont has been a leader in the Inland Empire. In the last decade, Beaumont became the second fastest growing city in California, with about 2,400 new homes going up in one single year. Many cities would have been overwhelmed. Not Beaumont. That's why the city's CFD program was absolutely critical. Infrastructure has been built ahead of the curve of growth. Today, Beaumont is one of the best planned, fastest growing cities in California.
Now, some background on the CFD program. You know, this can be pretty complex, but let's try and break it down. In 1978, Prop 13 slashed property tax revenue for building things like streets and bridges. California had to do something. So in 1982, the state created a program to help cities with public improvements. 11 years later, Beaumont approved a CFD program. Here's how it all works. Bonds are sold, proceeds pay for improvements. A special CFD assessment goes on property tax bills. So far, the CFD program has brought $182 million in public improvements to Beaumont. When you add it up, we're supporting property values and building a better Beaumont. Thousands of homeowners have enjoyed the benefits of our CFD districts. When they moved in, it was all there. Neighborhood parks, freshly blacktop streets, as well as traffic lights.
We could have lived anywhere, but we chose Beaumont. The roads, the schools, the parks, the shopping, everything is here when you move in, and it's maintained to the highest standards. We know the CFD makes all this possible, and so when our family decided to move here, we factored in the CFD special tax. You know, that money is well spent. So just like the pioneers that came before us, our family's excited about doing our fair share to make Beaumont a great community.
Under this program, home builders and residents within CFD districts share the cost of these improvements. By doing this, things can be planned and built ahead of time, instead of added piece by piece. Everyone pays their fair share. Any CFD program is bound to raise thoughtful questions, and some of our residents have done just that. We'll try to answer them in upcoming videos, PowerPoint presentations, and info articles. We'll be holding workshops, but residents can also just come on down to City Hall and talk with us. Councilman Roger Berg grew up in Beaumont and brings a unique perspective to the CFD program.
You know, as I go around talking to people, I'm heartened by the interest in our CFD program. In Beaumont, we want people to get involved in civic life. Together we can find solutions. In just one such example, developers stepped forward 20 years ago and spent about $6 million for a new sewer plant. They taxed themselves. They believed in Beaumont's future potential. In another example, the company that built 2nd Street Marketplace put in roads, water lines, and sewer lines before building the stores that we enjoy. Today, we also believe strongly in the future of our hometown. Through the CFD program, our neighbors agreed to invest in their city by paying fees for needed public improvements that they use and enjoy every day.
Writer Victor Hugo once said, "There's nothing like a dream to create the future." In Beaumont, we're dreamers, but we're also doers. It's been more than 100 years since the early pioneers looked ahead and saw that need to widen our streets. Today we're carrying on this tradition through the CFD program. You can see it everywhere you look. CFD projects like the Albert A. Chatney Senior Community Recreation Center with fun for everyone. Beaumont High's spacious pool where records are made to be broken. Mayor Brenda Knight looks ahead to a golden future for our city.
In Beaumont, we're family. Whether we just moved here or our roots go back 5 generations. Whether we're raising a family or we're enjoying retirement. We are one city working to guarantee a brighter tomorrow for future generations. Your CFD will be building $315 million in new improvements in the coming decades, creating new interchanges and expanding our wastewater treatment plant to handle growth. As the future unfolds, we're happy to answer any questions you have about the CFD program. After all, it's up to us to join hands and create the future of our dreams.